So, I wasn't really wanting to do anything about this, but I suppose, like, it's been that much of an absolute disaster. Like, more than just, like, a normal natural disaster. It's just been an absolute, like, we're watching, like, literally, like, this is, like, to me, this is the breakdown of the American system in slow motion, if I be honest with you. So I don't know. Look, let's just see it. What is this news story? So, like, there's been tons and tons of news stories, and they've all been pretty appalling. Probably the worst one. Did you see that, Megan? Everyone's getting $750.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They were trying to get it into Congress to be like, no, can we, like, sort out the relief feed? And they're like, nah, because Congress isn't in at the minute. So they're like, nah, it'll be all right. We'll just send another never mind. Send more money to Israel and Ukraine. Wait, what are you on about? Can we not just do that? Obviously, it's far more important to be giving money to Israel. Like, Israel's actually far more important than
citizens who have been swept their fucking homes.
No, don't be such a bigot, alright? Stop being so Anyway, so what is this story? Hurricane Helene kills multiple workers at Tennessee plastic factory after bosses warn them not to evacuate. Honestly, I've worked for a company like this.
Yeah, so have I.
This is not shocking to me, but it is still... It still makes my piss boil.
Why do people win?
Because
I would rather be fired.
They feel like they've got no other choice.
I would rather be fucking fired than risk my life for some bitch-ass company
Yeah.
who doesn't give a fuck about me.
Yeah. Like, all I can say is hopefully, because there's been that much attention on it, hopefully heads are going to roll, which would be very nice. I would love to see that. So look, let's get into the story, will we? So you want to go right in?
Multiple employees inside a Tennessee plastic factory have died after being told by their bosses not to evacuate during Hurricane Helen.
Helen? I think it's Helen.
Yeah, I think it's Helen, according to a worker. Impact Plastics in Irwin, Tennessee confirmed that there had been fatalities in their plant after Friday's extreme weather, but haven't revealed how many people have been killed. 2 people are said to have died, with up to 5 still missing.
Yeah, no, they're missing, Megan. They're missing. They're not dead. They haven't been like.
Okay.
It was only a bit of rain. Wise up. It was only a bit of rain. It's only a bit of rain. To be fair, though, they do that. See, whenever there's like, so it's really mild here. Like, that's the only way. Like, everyone says like
yeah,
like it rain.
They'll blow away, but like.
No, but like, don't get me wrong. Like, it rains all the time.
Flood.
But like, it doesn't flood though.
It's a big puddle.
Like, we now, like, I don't think I've ever experienced a flood. Like, nothing even remotely.
No.
The biggest flood I remember is Berkeley River, which.
What I remember is the park that's near us.
Oh yeah, that.
The pond in that like completely overflowed, but that was the only time I remember.
And then the other time all the ducks died because it flew over.
Yeah.
That was about maybe 2010, 11 maybe? 20, yeah, something like that. That was Megan's fault.
No, I do not control the audio whatsoever. I sit away over here by myself on my own. I don't have nothing to do with the audio. I just read and speak. That's it.
No, we did an audio test and it was all working fine.
And I did an audio test and you listened to it and you said, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, and
so
it was
that's your
fine.
fucking fault, you faggot.
No, it was your
Wait, this is YouTube.
I'm gonna probably have to bleep that. Okay, anyway, look, where were we?
Anyway, employee Bertha Mendoza, 56, has since been confirmed as one of those who had died in the floods. According to a fundraising page, Alexa Peterson told NBC News that her father Johnny was among those who had died. She told the outlet she was seeking legal representation, as you should. Jacob Ingram, a mould changer at the company, told the Knoxville News Sentinel that as the flooding began, managers told employees to move their cars but wouldn't let them leave.
Honestly, so part of me thinks that if they did leave, it probably would have been worse.
Did this happen in Tennessee?
Yeah.
I didn't think Tennessee had any major floodings.
But that's the thing. That's why it's so bad, because it went for places that have never had. Like, this is
I thought it was all like Florida.
Well, that's the thing you would expect, but it was the other side of Florida. On the side of Florida that always does, like, have, like,
Yeah.
the extreme weather, they're prepared for it and they're able to handle it way better. These areas where they just don't have happening. You know, it's
Alright,
like
okay.
it would be like being like, mate, a tornado took down the house. Like, we don't live anywhere where there's tornadoes.
Tornadoes, like we don't live in the tornado belt.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Imagine living in the tornado belt. What are you doing?
I have no
What
idea.
the fuck are you doing?
I asked Garbu that. He's like, oh, you just get it. It's like, oh, it's not that bad. It's like,
Well, at any minute your house can be torn the fuck down.
Mate.
Same with like major hurricane zones. Like, why? Why are you living there? Why does anybody live in Florida anyway? But like, why?
well, they only managed to get into Florida like in the past, like, well, since air conditioning. This is another thing. Like, I'm sick and tired of listening to Americans garring about Europarks dying in the summer when it's like, mate, what are you all about? It's only like 32 degrees. It's like, yeah, we don't have aircon.
Our house is designed.
We don't
our
have air
houses
on.
are designed to keep the fucking heat in, not out.
And you know, the other thing is, like, they say, but why do you not get it? It's like, because you actually would only need to use it like twice a year.
Not, and if even once a year, every like 4 years.
Yeah, like the summer we had was
Oh, shite.
abysmal.
Anyway, Jacob Ingram, a mold manager at the company, told Knoxville News Sentinel that as the flooding began, managers told employees to move their cars but wouldn't let them leave.
Well, you gotta move your cars at least, you know. Can you move your cars like in front of like the doors and stuff to help us out a wee
You
bit?
definitely can't go. Anyway, Ingram said they should have evacuated when we got flash flood warnings and when they saw the parking lot. When we moved our cars, we should have evacuated then. Well, why didn't you just do it? It emerges as the death toll from the Beryl hurricane, which swept the southeast last weekend, past 150 people.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's quite a lot. And
That is
again,
a high
that's only the
toll, like.
official numbers that we know, you know what I mean? So like, it's probably going to get a lot higher. And
How
like,
many did what's its face take in New Orleans?
Katrina? How many people died in Katrina? Mississippi. 1,400 pretty much, which that's a lot more.
Ooh.
But, you know,
Yeah.
right, let's keep
Hurricane
going.
Katrina, more like Hurricane Tortilla.
Right.
Shit.
Right, where are we?
He continued, as we asked them if we should evacuate, they told us not yet. It wasn't bad enough. And by the time it was bad enough, it was too late, unless you had a 4-wheel drive. The outlet reported that a group of employees had clung to spools of flexible pipes on the back of the semi-truck waiting for help. The truck tipped over and at least 7 people were then swept away by the floodwaters. Founder and CEO Gerald O'Connor said, "We were devastated by the tragic loss of great employees."
Aye, right.
Okay, I'm sure you fucking were, you nut.
You know what? This is what I love the most. Like, so there's so many like news headlines about Zoomers not wanting to work and stuff, but I really do genuinely believe that, see, before like Zoomers, like at least like whenever millennials were like, first getting into the workplace, there was still that idea that no, if you work hard, you're going to be able to get a house, you're going to be able to have a family, you know, it's going to work out. But for Zoomers, they don't even have that. They don't even have a carrot on the end of a stick.
No, they don't have
They don't
it.
even have that.
No.
And I honestly, I feel like the system's that broken. I don't blame them for just opting out. And again, I was talking to some of the boys on the Discord about this. Like, see this absolute state of like the welfare system.
Yeah.
I honestly don't feel bad whenever people abuse it, because like, what's the difference? Like, the only people that are getting fucked by tax are people in the middle.
Yeah.
People that have a lot,
Hard-working people.
people that have a lot of money, they can move that stuff about.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay tax.
Yeah.
People that are very, very poor, you know, if they know how to work the system, they can work the system.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, and
People in the middle who are putting in back-breaking amount of hours.
the people that are actually putting in the fucking effort are
Yeah.
not being
And
rewarded.
keeping the economy actually fucking going are the ones that are being basically molested by it.
They are being molested by it, and I feel like without
They're
extreme...
getting done diddied, that's what they're
They
getting
are,
done.
they're getting done by the diddler.
Yeah. Yeah, they're getting done diddied.
They are getting done by the diddler. And I just feel like until we have extreme major reform on what's going on, why shouldn't you?
Exactly.
Why shouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know, and especially if we're already paid into it, it's like, well, you know, fuck it, you know. I don't know, look, let's just keep going. But James Anderson is like, fuck him, fuck him.
Those who are missing or deceased and their families are in our thoughts and prayers. The company also claimed that at no point were employees told they would be fired if they left.
Yeah, but it's heavily implied.
Heavily implied.
Heavily
though.
implied. And let's be certain, right, so
And they obviously didn't feel safe leaving their job.
I'm telling
for
you
their
right now,
life.
if you walk out 90% of businesses, if you walk out during the middle of your shift, you're not coming back. That's the way majority, like any company that I've worked for, if you walk out halfway through your shift, say goodbye. That's just how it is. And these people aren't fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And, you know, look, it sounds like they... What is it with America? Because, like, see over here, see if you get, like, a factory job, it's fucking high-end. But in America, factory jobs seem to be fucking, like, bottom of the barrel.
Bottom of the barrel? Yeah,
And
we're over here, factory jobs, like, you're sorted, you're sweet.
Factory jobs, like...
Unless they, like, fucking...
Go under, which they do
closure.
all the fucking time.
Yeah, basically.
But, like, it's generally considered, like, the biggest one over here would be Shorts, then
Spirit.
Bombardier, and then bought over by Spirit. But, like, if you get in
And then it
there...
was bought over by Boeing as well.
Is it Boeing now? Is it Boeing in it now? Well,
Because we apparently were making the bits that was making the bones falling out of the sky. Our part that we were making was the fucked up part.
Well, to be fair, I know a couple of boys that do work there, and I would.
Oh yeah, they're all mad alcoholics as well. Anybody I know who works in fucking Bombardier.
Yeah, they are.
My dad worked in it for years, and all he done was sleep in the toilet, and then come out and like beat a couple of panels, and then go and sleep in the toilet again, because he worked all the night shifts going.
Apparently, it was sketchy. Like, apparently, you can get like see back in like the 80s and stuff. Fucking Des in work was telling me. Honestly, it was mad because like you would go in, you'd check in. And you would have like do it in pairs. It's supposed to be 2 years on at a time, but one person would do the first half of the shift, and the other person would do the other half of the shift after lunch.
Yeah.
And like so, you're only working like 3-hour days.
Yeah. My dad told me, and then there was a fella who was promoted from fucking riveting.
Yeah.
So he would have went and done all the riveting in the place. He was promoted from there to finance because he was slightly good at math.
Your dad's
Didn't have a qualification, and he was put straight into finance.
That's appalling. I mean, you can understand why the jobs got moved to
And then
China.
there was another fella that was hired, my dad was saying, who was like the son-in-law of one of the fellas who were high up.
Yeah.
Like one of the big managers or whatever. He was the son-in-law of them, and he was working on the floor, and he couldn't do fucking anything. Doesn't matter how much they could train him.
Why was he just helpless?
fucking inept. Couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
just one of them fellas.
one of those
And he
guys.
ended up getting moved up to management.
Sounds like
So-
every company I've ever worked for. You know, the shit rises to the top. You know what I mean?
I remember that saying like he went to go lift up a hammer, went to go hammer something with a claw end. Like he's just like retard.
I do believe that any time if a company has a HR department, it's not an effective company. It stops the second you have a HR department. It goes from an effective company to an ineffective company extremely quickly.
Yeah.
Like extremely quickly. Actually, I'll see if I can pull this up actually afterwards. There was I can't remember what company it was, but it was a big one in America. They one of the guys wanted one of the heads of the department wanted to test out to see what was going on with HR, with the hiring process or whatever, and he put in his own CV, and he didn't even get an interview.
Really?
Yeah. Like, that shows you how fucked up it is. See, office politics.
It is, I know.
Actually turns me.
I know. They'll search everything about you first. They'll go onto your Facebook, find your Instagram, find everything. And if they don't like the look of you, they'll be like, nah. Doesn't matter how qualified you're.
Like, honestly, see, I absolutely, I have a special...
Because I do it when people...
Oh, you have to, though.
I have
Because
to.
no one shows up with a CV for you. They just go up and say, yo, can I...
I know.
It's like,
I
alright,
know.
sure. And we'll just see what happens, sort of
Yeah.
thing. Who's the biggest lead turd? Tell us about the biggest lead turd you've had recently.
The wee girlie didn't know how to use a brush.
Oh, why, yeah.
Or how to switch on a kettle.
Oh, what about what about the one that started crying?
What one?
The one, she sent you a voice note.
Oh, fuck, she was a dick.
She sent you a voice note fucking garden. Because, like she just couldn't show up for work.
She couldn't show up for work.
Like, there
and
was
then
just, like, she had a fixed Luda.
She had a fixed rota. She only worked like 3 days a week, and it was always the same 3 days a week. So she knew what she was working, and she would have waited till like an hour before a shift,
And then it's
or
like,
half an hour before a shift. And then she sent me a voice note of her gardening going, I just really can't do it. I've got like,
It's like, fuck off.
my wee girl was up all night and all this, and I was like, why didn't you ring me? And I was like, I'm sure you're not going to that baby shower that you told one of the girls that was on the day. It's like, no, I'm definitely not going to that. I was like, aye, okay, look,
Jesus.
just don't bother.
Like, just forget about it. Anyway, look, let's keep going. So these two are dead, or are they? Some of those who died.
Fernando Reyes has been left searching for his mother, Linda Verdugo, after he spoke with her while she was working as the rain fell. So some of those who have died have been identified as Monica Hernandez left, who is missing, and the mother, Fernando Reyes, Linda Verdugo, right. Francisco Javier Guerrero's wife, Rosa Maria, also remains missing. Oh God.
The company is.
The company also claimed that at no point were employees told they'd be fired.
No, they weren't. Stop being silly.
Stop fucking saying that, because we didn't.
No, we didn't say we were gonna fire them. Even though, you know what? This is another one that fucking pissed me off to no end. I am. If you live in the UK, you know all about this place. I love it. I love it. Weatherspoons. I do appreciate the Weatherspoons. However, I am still quite annoyed about how they handled their staff. See, there's a lot of
during COVID,
and then there's another one. There's another one in where we are that has a ton of refugees, heavily quotations, and I swear to God, I beg for them to go out of business.
Yeah,
I beg.
They're trying to hold a family fun day to get everybody in through the door to get business back in for like a grand reopening after all the refugees has been given housing.
Yeah, they got spread out. So
they got spread out, and now they've all got housing. So then now the hotel's trying to reopen, and now there's a big massive boycott. Any
company that is behind fucking refugees can actually go fuck themselves.
Yep.
I cannot express to you my level of absolute fucking disgust for
YouTube.
No, right, okay.
YouTube.
Okay, I'm gonna have to bleep a bit of it out, but I think people will get the gist. To me, they are the
We get it.
No, they are the ultimate to sell. No, but they are.
I'm just in the count and the Jeopardy until.
No, but to act. And you know the worst thing is, they think, nah, it'll be alright, people will forget about this. I'm not forgetting about that.
No, I wouldn't forget about it either.
I'm never going to forget about that.
Absolutely not.
And again, sorry, back to one point, with COVID, when it came to Weatherspoons, they fired everyone.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to pay.
They didn't want to have to play furlough.
Yeah. And again,
it shows a lot about a company.
It does. It was a lot of companies. And my old company did that as well.
Yeah.
They fucking fired. Well, they fired everyone that was on. No, I think they did. I can't remember.
No, some like the main chefs and stuff were on furlough, but everybody was on 0-hour contracts got fired.
Overwhelmingly, that company was. It took me like 5 years before I got my hands on a full-time contract, and they did not want to give me a full-time contract. They did not want to give me one at all. But I got one eventually, and no, that was it bad hack that place. Honest to God. I'll just say the company because I haven't worked there in years. Fucking Houston's Hotels.
Yeah.
They own Europa, so they do the most bombed building in Northern Ireland, by the way. So there you go, guys. Is it in the world?
Most bombed building in the world.
There's bound to be one in fucking Gaza at this point.
Most bombed
building in the world.
Hotel in the world.
Well,
the Europa Hotel in Belfast. Yeah.
Well, there you go then, guys. So
between 1970 and 1994, the hotel was targeted by 33 or 36 bomb attacks during the Troubles. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I know it was the most bombed hotel in the world.
There was a woman that worked.
Also, apparently the most haunted.
Is it haunted?
The Europa. Apparently. Apparently the Culloden's haunted as well, though.
You know what fucking thing you tried to hit me with, right? So I was driving the scooter at this point, and
sleeved onward. Apparently they're all fucking haunted.
I believe that, so I would. No, fucking. So I was a kitchen porter, right? And they tried to get me to drive from Culloden to Europa with a ton, with something like over 200 plates on a scooter. I tried to explain to the chef. I was like, mate, I can't. I don't have a car.
I don't have a car. I've got. I have a moped. I cannot.
I cannot carry.
What do you want me to do? Like spin them as I go?
Mate, that is not I cannot explain to you that I can't.
I cannot do this.
I don't have that type of control.
Not in the middle. And he was like, Belfast city centre.
No, you could just put them under your put them in the middle. It's like, mate, chef, that ain't gonna work. Like 200. That's heavy. That's like fucking. What is
and anyway, I don't think your scooter would have even started.
No, it would not have.
Your scooter, people on a push bike went quicker than your fucking scooter.
That was a good scooter, Megan. Leave me alone.
He called it Falcor because he felt like
shut the fuck up.
He felt like Atreyu whenever he was riding it.
Right, okay, look, never mind. Let's keep going. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Megan. You leave Falcor alone. Falcor was a very pretty scooter, okay? Very pretty.
Okay, James. According to Reyes, he told her to leave, but she replied that the manager at the plant weren't telling them as the weather levels
No,
continued
it's
to climb.
fine. What are you alright? You get back into work there, would you?
Guadalupe Hernandez told whatever her sister Monica Hernandez had gone to work on Friday and received a call from her in which she said goodbye in case she wasn't saved. She hasn't been heard from since. Francisco's wife Rosa had also gone missing in the waters. He told whoever, she said goodbye to me and to take care of the kids. We feel destroyed because of what's happening.
Jesus Christ. Specifically
because we don't have answers if she's one of the people that were located.
Oh, wow.
The Tennessee Migrant and Refugee Rights Coalition said in a statement that they had seen people struggling to get help from the authorities. They said TIRC staff members who were deployed to the area witnessed community members struggling to access interpretation services from local, state and government agencies, as well as requests by agencies for identification and documentation from immigrant communities, families, and hindered their ability to identify missing loved. Jacob Ingram. So I was working at Impact when the storm hit yesterday. Me and 11 others got trapped in the back of a semi. Just want to say I'm lucky to be alive, and I hope all the others I were with are okay. God. Flood damage brought on by her the scene covering hospital. Footage shared by Ingram on the social media shows dark brown muddy waters running through the company's parking lot. Large pickup trucks can be seen bobbing up and down inside the fast flowing waters. Among the worst affected areas is North Carolina city of Asheville, which sits in a valley and which has so far seen around 50 people confirmed dead. Jesus. President Joe Biden was set to survey the devastation in the region on Wednesday. Was set? Why did he not go?
No, I don't think he has, no.
Rescuers are still continuing their efforts to make contact with hundreds of people who are cut off by washed out roads and downed communication lines. Images of the destruction caused by the hurricane reveals a wasteland of splintered houses, crushed cargo containers, mud-covered highways and collapsed communication lines. Damage estimate ranges between 15 billion to more than 100 billion. Insurers and forecasters said over the weekend as water systems, communications and critical transportation routes were affected. Property damage and lost economic output will become clear as officials assess the destruction. At a news conference on Tuesday, North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, Roy Cooper's your man from Coronation Street, the fucking gimpy one, said communities are wiped off the map.
So yeah, to be fair though, I don't know, it might have changed. The people at work, I saw people complaining like, why hasn't Biden showed up? Again, you don't want to have a media circus. I can kind of get
Biden
that.
Biden should still be there.
He probably should be.
Biden should still be there.
He should be. However, I do kind of think now the one that actually boiled my piss was, have you seen any of this stuff about people trying to help other people and they've been told no, go away? Like, let me get you this one, Megan. This one's great. No, this is peak. Right, you know what? I'll break, and then we're gonna go to the next news story about all this because it's just as bad. It's really bad.
Well, I walked into a game store looking for some fun, but the deck I found nearly made me turn and run. Cards full of chaos, mayhem and dismay, singing, hey, diddle, diddle, your game's going astray. It's a deck of many triggers, oh, it ain't for the faint of heart. Draw a card, lose your mind, watch your whole world fall apart. From gore to quirks to curses, it'll shake up your campaign. The deck of many triggers gonna drive you insane. Drew a card and suddenly I quadrupled in size. Now I'm huffing and I'm puffing, can barely open my eyes. My armor's busted open, my sword feels like a toothpick. This ain't nobody positive, it's just plain old mean trick. It's a deck of many triggers, oh, it ain't for the faint of heart. Draw a card, lose your mind, watch your whole world fall apart. Next thing you know, blood's just a memory. Health bars floating overhead like some video game theory. Can't bleed till you're indoors, then it's a horror show. Organs spilling, flesh appealing, that's how the game will go. Then suddenly facts don't matter anymore. Change your stats to fit your views, leave the GM sore. Shout fake news at every turn, feelings are what count. Check your privilege, bucko, as the tensions start to mount. It's a deck of many triggers, oh, it ain't for the faint of heart. Draw a card, lose your mind, watch your whole world fall apart. Can't touch no one, kept 6 feet away. Can't shake, can't high five on this cursed game day. And don't get me started on giving away all my loot, leaving me with empty pockets, no chance for pursuit. Some effects are so spicy they might clear out the room, talking about identity, privilege, and doom. But we're here to roll some dice and slay a dragon or two, not argue about real life, that ain't what we came to do. This deck's got more triggers than a gun show in Texas, stirring up more trouble than a tornado in Kansas. From PC culture to gore galore, it's one wild ride. Better buckle up, partners, and take it all in stride. So next time you're gaming and things seem too tame, just draw from this deck and watch your friends go insane. But remember, partner, when you're feeling triggered and sore, it's just a game after all, don't take it too serious, y'all. And things seem too tame, just draw from this deck and watch your friends go insane. But remember, partner, when you're feeling triggered and sore, it's just a game after all, don't take it too serious, y'all.
Right, I find it here, so I have, right? And then, Megan, I'm going to send you this.
Okay.
Just, I want to hear your reaction to this, right?
Pilot flying Helena rescue missions in
North Carolina.
Threatened with arrest.
Yeah, so he was like a, you know,
rescue helicopter, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's not like anything official, but he has a helicopter.
Okay.
Like apparently, I think he was like an instructor or something like that.
Okay.
When it comes to like
So
learning,
he was helping them?
Yeah, so he was helping people that were stranded. Yeah.
Lake Lure, North Carolina. When Jordan
Said home, I don't know.
When Jordan woke up Saturday morning, he saw a Facebook post that tens of thousands of people were commenting on and sharing. A family was stranded on a mountain in Banner Elk, North Carolina. They had run out of water a day earlier and had just enough food to last less than 2 days. Jordan, the former head of Chesterfield County Sheriff's Office narcotics unit, knows a thing or two about finding people. He researched the mountain chain where the family was located and found a place to land using his mapping software. He loaded bottles of water and food into his helicopter and headed towards Banner Elk. I thought, I have a helicopter, maybe I can help. His son, a high school junior, went along. Both volunteer members of the Sandhill Volunteer Fire Department in South Carolina. Jordan is a Class 1 certified law enforcement officer and a pilot with nearly 1,400 flight hours. He first contacted the Charlotte Douglas International Airport's air traffic control tower to get clearance to fly over the airport. Jordan said he got the clearance and was allowed to fly over the airport, which is a direct shot to the gap in the mountain he needed to get through to Lake Lure. Once in Lake Lure area on Saturday, Jordan landed at the nearest airport and met with multiple law enforcement officers and first responders to coordinate communication channels with them and to find out what was needed and where he should go to help. Jordan said he left the supplies he collected at a drop-off point for the family, then lifted off towards Black Mountain to find where he could help. The first rescue was of 2 women stranded up high in the mountain. Jordan took the pair, who didn't have water or food, to a community centre with supplies and generator power. When the father and son reached Lake Lure, they saw a bloated, broad river and the damage the raging floodwaters did to the homes and roads along it. The water had ripped through the small Carolina mountain towns, taking life and property with it. After getting 4 victims to safety on Saturday, Jordan said him and his son slept in the recliners in a pilot lounge at a nearby airport and woke Sunday morning with a decision to make. You'll be arrested. Jordan and Landon were inundated with social media, phone calls and text messages from people pleading for help. Most of the voicemails were from family members who got Jordan's cell phone number from Facebook. My parents are stuck there, a woman voice said in voicemail. She hadn't heard from her parents in more than a day and her voice nearly broke as she slowly read her parents' number into the phone. If you receive this, please give them a call back. Thank you. I can hear the depression in her voice. This is multiple phone calls I've received like this. Voicemails, text message, and you can hear people were desperate for help. a person they were coordinating with on the ground texted Jordan dozens of addresses where people were either missing or stranded. I spoke with my son, who is my co-pilot. I said, hey, do you want to go back out and try and help today? And his response was, there's so many messages, I don't think we can't not go and help, Jordan said. They got back into the Black Robinson 44 helicopter and headed west once again through the mountain gap in Lake Lure. As we were flying by, my son actually spotted a lady waving for help. And I asked him, what? And I asked him, I said, hey, is she waving for help or is she just waving? No, I think she's waving for help. Jordan and his son conducted a low and high recon for power lines and trees that might have been in the way, and then gingerly lowered his chopper down into what was left of the couple's concrete driveway. The flood waters had washed away most of the ground beneath it. Jordan's video shows him leaving the helicopter to greet the couple and then returning with the game plan a few seconds later. The audio in the recording captured the exchange between the father and son. Hey, I want you to let me get in. You step out and go out, help her in, put the bag in the back, get her strapped in. I'm going to take her down, come back and I'll take him. I'll come back and then I'll get you, okay?
So pretty much, there's not enough room in the helicopter.
There's not enough room.
For
so
everyone.
like you go and then I'll stay with her.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
pretty much.
So, Jordan said his main concern was putting too much weight in the driveway and it crumbling. He left his son and the woman's husband to make the 3-minute flight. To a group of first responders positioned along the river below the mountain. After he and his son loaded the woman into the chopper, Jordan told his son to stay put and he'd be right back to get the husband. I originally left my son, co-pilot, on the side of the mountain. It was kind of unstable, so I didn't want to put more weight in the helicopter to lift back off. So I left my son with the other victim, and I was going to take one person down at a time, Jordan said. Jordan landed in a parking lot at a boys' camp road in Memorial Highway near the Lake Lure flowering bridge, where he said he had spotted a group of first responders gathered. Once we landed...
This is where it gets fucking insane.
Okay. Once we landed, where emergency personnel were, I was met by a fire chief or maybe a captain, and he asked me who I was. I told him who I was with, just a local volunteer, Jordan said. The man was from an out-of-state fire department who travelled to North Carolina to help with the rescue efforts, Jordan said. He believed the chief was from somewhere in Michigan. I told him my background experience, law enforcement, firefighting and pilot, and he immediately started helping with coordination. He gave me radio frequencies to coordinate with them, set up a landing area for me to come back with other victims, and just basically started the rescue efforts. The policies and procedures that you would take coordinating with someone from an outside source or outside agency. And in the middle of the whole conversation and them blocking the road off, I was greeted by at the time I didn't know, the Lake Lure fire chief or assistant chief, maybe, and he shut down the whole operation. Jordan later positively identified the Lake Lure fire official via the town's website, but WJZY had decided not to name the official at this time. The station called, texted and emailed the town, including the fire department leader and the mayor, to get message to the fire official. The town of Lake Lure's official government Facebook page commented late Monday night that the fire official Jordan identified as the person who threatened him with arrest had received the station's request for comment and that the town's email was down.
No, the email's down.
No, the email just doesn't work.
No,
like, what are you on about?
No, it doesn't work. What are you talking about? No.
You also can't phone us.
No, stop that. No.
Because nobody will answer. As of this posting, no one from the town has responded, including the mayor, who was included in the request for interviews. The back and forth between Jordan and the fire official continued right in front of the woman Jordan had just plucked off the mountain. He originally asked me who I was. I gave him the same information, who I was with, my background experience, law enforcement and firefighting, and his response was, if you have that kind of experience, you should know that you should be coordinating with us. And I said, I've been coordinating with everybody, as I've been here just the day before speaking with local law enforcement, the other rescue personnel, Jordan recalled. Jordan said he tried to de-escalate and asked the official for instructions on how to communicate with the Lake Lure Fire Department. He was flying a rescue mission near the town. Jordan said the fire official ordered him to leave and not come back.
Dickless faggot. Now, the only way you can describe this is, this guy's got a helicopter. Why are you making us look bad?
I know.
Why are you making me look bad? Why are you making me
It's
look
meant to be
bad?
us.
No, we're the ones that are
We're
supposed
the
to...
heroes.
No, we're the ones doing the job. You're making us look like dicks. go away. You know what? I think you should be arrested, actually, for going out of your way to help people.
I'm making us look bad.
No, you're making us just look absolutely appalling. Stop it. And this action... Okay, let's just keep going.
If that's what you want us to do, we'll leave, no issue. And I explained to him that I left my son on the side of the mountain. I left another victim. I was going to go back and bring them. It was already set up for the landing spot, and then I would get out of this area. He told me I wasn't going to go back up the mountain to get them. I was going to leave them there.
Mate, imagine being like, no, mate, you have to like leave your son. Oh, and
This
by the
is
way,
where I would blatantly laugh in the cunt's face and be like,
Mate,
no!
No, this is like that to me is either the guy's going on a power trip or
It sounds like a power trip.
or it's corruption at the deepest level. Absolute well and true corruption to the point of it would almost signal to me, it's like, have you been paid to do a bad job?
I know, that's what it sounds like.
Did you get $750 to do a bad job?
$750.
I think he got $750.
Yeah.
I hope he got $750.
Jordan said he asked the official for a specific reason why he was ordering him to stop his rescue efforts. You're interfering with my operations is the reason Jordan said the fire official gave him. Yeah.
Dickless faggot power trip.
I'm going back and getting my son, he said. If you turn around and go back up that mountain, you're going to be arrested. I said, well, sir, I'm going to go get my son. I don't know what to tell you.
Mate,
I don't know what to tell you, mate. I'm going to go get him.
Mate,
And if I happen to pick up that man on the way, I'm going to pick him up too, you know.
Yeah.
Jordan said the official called over two law enforcement officers and again threatened him with arrest if he flew back up that mountain. At that point, I had a decision to make. I have a victim, I have my son, and I politely asked the officers, told him the situation again, explained everything, told them who I'd been coordinating with, and I said, hey, if I go back up and get this victim and bring him down to this landing spot that other emergency personnel have designed as designated, am I going to be arrested? And the officer's response was, man, I don't really know what to do in this situation. I said,
I'm just following orders,
Yeah.
man. No, I was
so you can't tell me if I'm going to get arrested or not? And he said, man, I'm not sure what to do. What? The out-of-state chief, fire captain Jordan said he encountered at the landing zone spoke with him before he took off. They came back over and said, hey man, we can't tell you to go get the victim. We can't even ask you to go get the victim. But we can tell you if you come back with the victim, we'll have you a designated landing spot and we'll make sure they don't come over here.
So at least you got someone there that's actually a reasonable fucking basic human
exactly.
being.
That sounded like the police though.
That's
saying that.
Well, it sounds like he's in a situation where, like, officially I'm not allowed to do anything, but like...
No, the out-of-state chief
Yeah.
and fire captain. Okay, right.
Yeah, so he was being dead on
Yeah.
like the fucking situation.
So at that point, I felt like the other person was going to persuade him to arrest me when I come back with the victim, and then my son would have been left on the side of the mountain with this person to go and rescue him, Jordan said.
How about no?
The fire official told Jordan to report to the Rutherford County Airport and wait for Federal Aviation Administration
Just wait
officials
for the
to meet with them there.
federal...
Wait for the feds.
Wait for the... yeah.
According to Jordan.
No, just wait for the federal government to
Yeah.
come and save you guys.
See. The father of two got back into his chopper, turned it in the direction of the mountain and lifted off right back to where he left his son and the woman's husband. He picked his son up and told the husband what happened at the drop-off with the Lake Lure fire officials. Jordan took off and looked back at the husband, standing helpless in his
Yes.
crumbling driveway.
So he had to leave the husband.
Why did he have to leave him?
I think he was told that he wasn't, like, he was only allowed to get...
No, I would have took the two.
Yeah.
I couldn't have flew away and looked at that cunt sitting there with sad puppy dog eyes. I couldn't do that.
I think he did bring him a lot of fucking, like, a good lot of water.
I
and,
don't
like,
care.
sandwiches and
I don't
shit.
care. He would have been in the back of my
I know.
chopper.
I feel bad for him.
He
like,
would have been in the back of my chopper regardless. Like, I couldn't have left the cunt.
Well-
I couldn't have left him there.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Getting arrested or not.
Yeah.
And anyway, it wouldn't, like, it should be laughed out of court.
Should, just because something should be. It should. So he got back in his chopper.
Helpless in his crumbling driveway as the help he thought would come for him flew away. Jordan said the fire official told him the fire department's ground crew would walk up the mountainside to rescue the man in a few hours. Jordan said it was a 3-minute flight from the couple's driveway to the landing site where he left the woman with first responders. Jordan and his son flew to the Rutherford County Airport just as they were directed. I did leave the Rutherford airport. I knew at this point he had no jurisdiction. I was legal in what I was doing, and I was following all FAA guidelines and airspace guidelines. I was on private property, Jordan said. They spent 3 hours at the airport, but no one from the Federal Aviation Administration came. What? Within a half hour of the fire official and the arrest threat, Jordan said a temporary flight restriction was set up over the Lake Lure. So they fucking set up a flight restriction over it.
How
What?
fucking dare you
Right in the centre of
use
where
your
he had the
helicopter
fire.
and make me look like a dickhead?
Mate, that's ridiculous.
How much of a spineless, dickless faggot do you have to be to actually have went through with something like this? These are the type of people that choose to be
All the rest is
civil
justified.
servants, let's call them.
All the rest is they're begging for helicopters. Like all the rest is nothing. But that's ridiculous.
Is that not one of the worst things you've ever came across? Do you want to see another one, Megan? Now this one again.
And number one, there's a fella up there. There's a fella up in a helicopter doing all this work and is not wanting to be paid for it.
No, he's not. He's fucking doing it for the.
Do you know what I mean?
He's just doing it.
So like, it's saving you resources.
I just think.
He's the one putting the fucking diesel in the thing.
No, I think we should just give all of our money to Israel and Ukraine.
Of course.
And I think,
Of course.
if you think anything
Bring in
otherwise,
more migrants.
No, yeah, I think you should actually, you should just be important. You know, Haitians should be going in. You know what? See all this like land that's been flattened. I think it should make way for Haitians. They're the only people that deserve that to
Yeah,
live there, by the way.
exactly. Yeah,
I don't think anyone else should go there at all. Let me get you this other one. Now again, it's from Elon, so again, you don't know how much he's spinning it, but apparently he's doing a lot of stuff, you know, like Starlink and stuff, you know, the way it's like internet anywhere. Yeah. So like he's trying to do a lot of that type of stuff. But again, it's kind of hard to say whether or not is it like again, it is probably PR in his part, but yeah, check out this post because I saw it just before we started recording. You got it?
It's opening.
All right, okay. I was only asking.
like James, it's opening. Calm down.
Right.
Just received this note from SpaceX engineer helping on the ground in North Carolina. FEMA is not merely failing to adequately help people in trouble, but is actively blocking citizens who try and help.
Well, we know that we're doing that with the helicopter. Yeah. And
hey, Elon. Update here on site of Asheville, North Carolina. We have powered up 2 large operating bases for choppers to deliver goods into hands. We deployed 300 plus Starlink and outpour has saved many lives. The big issue is FEMA is actively blocking shipments and seizing goods and services locally and locking them away to state their own. To state they are their own. So we're taking other people's efforts to say, oh no, actually,
no, this is
that's
ours. You need to factor in.
It's very real and scary how much they have taken control to stop people helping. We are blocked now on the shipments of new Starlinks coming in until we get an escort from the fire department, but that may not be enough. Fucking FEMA, man.
How much money?
I always hear shit about FEMA when shit like this happens.
I mean, like,
it's wild.
How much?
America's wild, y'all. I say this all the time. America is wild.
Yeah, it really is. And you know the thing, like, America does have a lot of extreme climates. Like, don't get me wrong, it's mostly quite temperate, but they do suffer from floods, they do suffer from hurricanes, they do suffer from tornadoes.
Yeah.
There is an awful lot where something like FEMA makes a lot of sense to have.
Yeah.
Is it mismanaged?
Yes.
You know, the thing is, what I always like to think of is, who chooses to become a civil servant? Because let's be serious, people that are competent are never going to choose to become civil servant, especially in America, because the pay isn't good enough.
Yeah.
It's different, like, you know, in most
Over
other
here,
countries, because civil servant jobs are considered like you're guaranteed middle class no matter what.
Yeah, and guaranteed a job for life as well.
Yeah, exactly. You're never getting fired.
Because even if your department closes, you just get moved.
Yeah, exactly. You just get moved about. It's ridiculous. I love Beetlejuice. Like, if you kill yourself, you end up as a civil servant. That's gotta be one of the funniest jokes ever.
So
I
funny.
love that. Where do you want to go with this?
Out of topic, right? But did you hear? You know what are they called?
What?
The Just Stop Oil people.
Yeah, someone got done for it or something, didn't she?
The 2 of them got done, and they both got 3 years each.
Yeah.
And yet Hugh Edwards got nothing, just putting that out there.
Well,
Hugh Edwards got nothing, and somebody who threw a tin of soup on something got 3 years.
No, I would say, like, I would argue that, well, again,
And did you hear Philip Schofield is on a random fucking island at the minute?
What is it with pedophiles and islands?
On BBC, no, but on a BBC programme on an island. Like, it's like Castaways, like fucking
Look,
Tom Hanks.
just
Castaway.
because I like
and
to-
he's talking about how he wants to get back into show business, and he's like outing everybody who like left him and like badmouthed him. It's like, well, you're a fucking nonce, Philip. You're a nonce. What do you want me to do? Be
No,
nice to you?
but everyone else is doing it. Leave me alone. Like,
Yeah,
you know what? Actually,
basically.
you know what? While we're at it, can we get a? Right, you know what? Last one, Megan. Last one. I don't care. You brought up the BBC. I think we've covered this one before.
We have done this, James, so many times. I'm not reading this.
Right, okay, so, yeah, they got a big pedo statue.
Yeah, they have a pedo statue outside
BBC.
Everybody knows this.
Yeah, I just think it's really funny, if I be honest with you. But I literally pay tax to pedophiles. But see, whenever people try and turn around to me, it's like, but James, think of all the stuff that you get from paying the government.
I don't get nothing.
I get.
I barely use the NHS.
If I ever have the chance.
The only time I've ever properly used the NHS is whenever I'm pregnant.
Yeah, that is it. That's genuinely.
That's it.
In my adult life, that is the only.
Whenever I went in for my booking scan, they were like, "Have you done that? Have you this?" And I'm like, "Nope."
And then,
Nope.
especially for me personally,
Have you had any reactions to anaesthesia? I went, I don't know. And she went, what do you mean you don't know? And I was like, I've never had an operation. I've never had to have anesthesia. I've never had to be put under. I said, so I couldn't tell you. I could.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm alright with painkillers. Like, they seem to work.
Yeah.
Painkillers seem to be effective. But
Paracetamol's alright. Like, is that kind?
I know.
You know?
I don't know. I just feel like, again, we're definitely in the.
And then the BBC have the audacity to ask for a fucking TV licence. The last time they phoned me looking for a TV licence, I shouted at them down the phone, shouting, I'm not fucking giving my money to pedos. And she was like, excuse me. And I was like, pedophiles! You're pedophiles! And if you're not, you're supporting paedophilia! And I am not giving money to it. Thank you, bye!
I am so fucking done with paying money to pedophiles. It's not even fucking funny. Like, I am just so fucking over the absolute state of the West.
Yeah.
At the minute, it feels like a never-ending cycle of shit's just getting worse.
Yeah.
The pure bant. And you know what? You know what?
And people are always shocked whenever like big celebrities come out and like they're pedophiles. It's like, why are you shocked at this point?
I mean,
we all know.
If you want to be a celebrity, you gotta fuck some kids.
Yeah.
We get with the program.
Like, we've
known this for a long time.
Why are you shocked about anybody who comes forward and they're a fucking pedo?
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be shocked. It should be like, oh, well, they got him.
Oh yeah, well, you know what did P Diddy do? Well, who did he annoy? We were talking about, we did our Gumgood video this week's actually about P Diddy.
Yeah.
And I would definitely argue that there's a very high chance that the reason why they're doing the stuff about Diddy now is to cover up all the stuff that's happening in Israel at the minute.
Yeah.
If I be completely frank.
And also the election.
Yeah, they want, like,
I think
forgetting circuses. You got to keep people occupied. Got to keep people busy.
Give me all my love, I give to you.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I just feel fucking. I feel blackpilled as anything. I genuinely do. I feel completely and utterly blackpilled by everything.
Yeah, same.
And I feel like there's no hope for the West whatsoever. And
when do you think like not being a pedo is gonna be like being? When do you think not being a pedo is gonna be like the new like gay? You know what I mean?
It's just a sexual orientation. Don't be so judgmental to
but like
people.
If you're straight and normal and don't fuck kids, like when's that going to be like the point where fuck they're weird? They don't do that.
Yeah.
Do you know when's or are we living in it, guys?
I feel like we are living in it.
I feel like we're fucking living in it.
I feel like we are. I really do.
Wait, you don't touch kids? No, I fucking don't.
What? I feel like, so my friend, he, like we've talked about him before, I did an interview with him and he explained what he does on Gumgood. He recently went away on a super yacht, so he did.
Like McBillions?
Yeah, super yacht. And it was like a big networking event, and then they went to Amsterdam for a wee bit. But anyway, pretty much everyone there, they're all moving. They're all, and I mean every single one of them, if they don't already live there,
Where?
they
Where are
are
they moving?
to fucking Dubai.
Oh, yeah.
Because let's be serious, anyone that's actually making
There's
genuine
tax bans and stuff. Yeah.
anyone, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Look what America was. America was anyone that wanted to make something of themselves in Europe. Everyone went to America.
Yeah.
And we're kind of seeing the end of that.
Yeah.
And now,
Because America took too much of advantage of that.
well, it has like, and don't get me wrong. I think that's what turbo boosted America into its success that it has had. Is it sucked up everyone that was actually like somewhat ambitious.
Yeah.
Anyone who wanted to do something with themselves, anyone who wanted a better life for themselves. And if you have like, say, like even just like 10% of your population that's hyper ambitious, that's going to turbocharge your entire fucking country.
But what makes... Here's a question.
What?
What makes that okay?
What?
Like, all these people, like, moving to Dubai. What makes that okay? But, like, migrants not, James?
Because these people are worth having.
But they're not paying tax.
Yeah, but they help to the overall economy and they bring to the grandeur of Dubai. That's the thing.
But
like, you know,
Dubai was already a grandeur.
Yeah, but
And they're just taking up homes and stuff
are
away
they
from
taking
people.
up homes? Are they?
I'm just saying, they're taking up homes.
Dubai's a very weird.
And they're buying up businesses and they're doing whatever else.
Well, they aren't buying up businesses.
Off locals. But
everything's owned by the government in Dubai. Near enough,
still.
because of all the oil. Like, I'm not
But
even
they're
joking.
taking up
See all the
housing.
citizens.
They're
Like,
taking up housing, James.
yes, the economy
from
bit.
locals.
The economy.
Yeah, they are.
You know what?
Why is that okay? But migrants aren't, James.
Okay, so startup millionaires. No. Cannibal Haitians, yeah. I love cannibal Haitians. Like, they are my favorite people. I would totally take them over
Startup millionaires.
startup millionaires that are actually genuinely producing something.
Yeah.
And actually,
startup
you know,
millionaires that all you hear is like, bro, wow,
top G.
top G, my man.
I'm not even joking. That's actually what happened. Most of them are like, it's really bad.
Yeah.
It's really fucking bad. It's so gay, but like,
No, it's completely. It's like
really it's really homoerotic.
It's to the point where it's that homoerotic that it's almost homophobic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it's bad.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like, well, you never kiss your homies goodnight. Like, I feel like that's just where we're gonna have to go views and leave yous. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm gonna have to cut out a lot of
Cut
this
out a few bits of this, yeah.
because it's never gonna be able to go up on YouTube. So if you want like genuine, like uncensored stuff, check out Gumroad.
Yeah.
We do have a ton of free videos. We're actually not that far away. We're coming up to 80 videos on Gumroad, by the way, which is more videos on Gumroad than there is on YouTube.
Yeah.
On this channel, and they're all like multi-hour long. You know,
Yeah.
and we actually get to do stuff, like genuinely get into stuff.
That we really like we really enjoy, and like it's fun to talk about.
Yeah, and
You know.
again, like, it's one of those ones. I think you're mad
If
if you don't check it out.
Yeah.
And if you've signed up for it before, I think, you know, there's been enough new stuff. I think you're going
You
to
can
enjoy
come
it.
back and like watch all the videos
Yeah.
and then unsubscribe if you wish, but it's
Yeah.
up to you.
But like, it would be pretty cash money if you
Stayed.
please give
Like that.
shekels, please.
Like that.
Anyway.
Fucking cool.
Anyway, look, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let us know what you think down below. And if you live near this, you've probably got more important
Let us know
things
your
than
own stories as well.
you've probably got way more
Yeah.
important things to be doing than watching us
Yeah,
on YouTube.
pretty
You probably
much.
should be like sorting out your house and
Like,
whatnot.
getting rid of the damp
You should be
and
you should
shit.
be thinking about what you're going to spend that sweet $7.50 on.
$7.50
Hey, oh, what am I going to
a
spend?
new microwave.
Ooh, half a week shopping. Ooh, barely
Barely in America?
Barely a bit of like not even. That's not even covering rent. What's the average rent in America?
It's like it's like
Average
$2,000 or
rent
something.
in North
like 1,500.
Carolina. I've got one bedroom apartments. Fuck off. For a studio apartment, it's $1,300.
Yeah.
To me, that's not. It's barely half.
I know.
Barely. Oh, wait for it. 744 square foot. That's pretty. No, wait. Fuck. It's 500 for the studio apartment, and one bedroom is fucking mate. 3-bedroom house. So what? No. Well, we've got a 4-bedroom.
Yeah.
So it'd be like over 2,000 a month. Mate, that's fucking insane.
That's wild.
Who the fuck's paying that much? Well, I suppose.
We have to.
Yeah, I suppose you don't really have much of a say in the matter, do you? Like,
Or move to Dubai and be a startup millionaire. Who knows?
Yeah, just be a top G.
Yeah.
Just learn to be a top G.
Get good.
Look, I don't know what to tell you guys. I am disgusted with paying the government, and hopefully I never have to experience such a level of injustice that these
Yeah.
people have had, because that to me is fucking
It's ridiculous.
insufferable. Like, I would actually fucking... I cannot speak of what my true mind and my true thoughts.
cannot.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know what you think down below. See you next time.
Free the Mendez brothers. Bye.